These are the skills that you're going to need to be successful. There's no question about it. You have to have the patience, the skill of patience, in order to be a successful trader. This is the How to Trade Stocks and Options podcast, brought to you by 10MinuteStockTrader.com, where we cover finance, stocks, options, entrepreneurship, education, and money. And here's your host, voted one of the top 100 people in finance, Christopher Ewell. Hey, can you do me a favor? I really want to help you with trading, and the easiest way for me to do that is by heading to secretinvestingbook.com to get my book, The Secret Investing Book, totally free. All you're doing is covering the shipping price, and we'll send you this book that exposes 13 virtually unknown secrets to take the guesswork out of trading. So grab your copy now at secretinvestingbook.com. Be sure to like, subscribe, and watch all of our past episodes. Good afternoon, traders. Last night I had my first experience at the Louis Vuitton store. My wife, for her 40th birthday, I was like, come on, let's treat you. Let's go to the Louis Vuitton store. I was not ready for that. Let me tell you, that was quite the shock. But you know what? When in Rome, and when your wife turns 40, make her happy. So thank you all so much for coming to today's 10-minute trading room. This is going to be a really easy one today. Let's jump right into our market analysis. Welcome to the 10-minute trading room. This is how to trade only 10 minutes a day and exactly how to take the guesswork out of trading. And in fact, right there on the screen, I see, I need to make a change. Bam. Quick note, next week, I am actually going to start hosting a new podcast called Outlier Live. The Outlier team has reached out to me. They like what we're doing. And so I'm going to be producing a podcast for them at least 2 days a week. That could increase to 4 or 5 days a week as it grows. But I'm really excited about this. Rudes, my editor, and I, we've been working on all the backgrounds, the graphics, and things like that. So it's basically going to be a topical news show where we're like, hey, did you see that Sam Walton sold $4 billion, or the Walton family sold $4 billion worth of Walmart stock? And then go look at the outlier data to say, how does that compare? And then, get your feedback and have some live discussion around it. So it's going to be pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, as you saw there's some of the assets, right? Some of these backgrounds here. Play a couple of the clips here. That's the intro, which is super cool. And then we got a couple other bumper things. I got the like button and then got the subscribe button. So we've been working on it behind the scenes, and the official rollout date is Monday. So I'm really looking forward to that. Anyway, back to trading. With our outlier trading strategy, it always starts with our existing trades and then moves on from there. So we want to make sure we reduce risk. That's what I always like to say. Whenever you start a day of trading, you need to reduce risk first. And so we're going to be looking at if we're going to get the exit in outlier or if we're going to hit the stop loss. Either one of those things are going to happen. Either a profit target or our stop loss. So taking a look at the SPY still shows a sell signal. Although the SPY it's running higher and higher. I don't know how long it's going to be, but we still have a sell signal in place on the S&P 500. So now let's go look at J&J. This is the only stock that we have on right now. And this really goes back to what we were talking about earlier this week. Previously, I've been giving these stocks a lot more room to run with this outlier data. But in the process, in the meantime, we were taking on more risk than I was really comfortable with. So I decided to scrap it all, start anew. And so this is a perfect example of what it's supposed to look like, right? You put on the trade. It's well under, in this case, since we're going short, it's 10 EMA. And then you're going to get out if it crosses over that 10 EMA or if it crosses over the half ATR from entry. That keeps your risk really small because even with the outlier data, it's not perfect, right? It gives us some amazing entries and has given us tremendous profits in a very short amount of time. But not everything is right with that. There's no such thing as a 100% success rate. And because of that, we always have to be mindful of risk, which definitely are doing that right now. So looking at this, the 10 EMA is at like 160.72 right now. The half ATR is 160.57. Price is almost down at our 1 ATR from entry in the direction we need. I was taking a look at this earlier, and so we are in, where are we in? The August 18th, 165 puts. Now, I was looking at this and I'm like, I wonder if I can roll this for a credit, which you totally can do, about a 361 credit. The issue is that the extrinsic value is on the current strike, on the 160 strike, so 163 over 375, about 43%. And that's not going to fly. We don't want 43% extrinsic value. We want 23 cents over 735 is 3. That's much better. Now, at some point, they're going to open up strikes in between these. I don't know if they'll do $1 or if they'll do 2.5s. It looks like they'll probably do 2.5s. So when that does happen, we'll be locked and loaded to roll that down and up. But in the meantime, don't have to do anything with J&J. J&J looks fine. Sebastian, good to see you. All the positions we closed showed a sell signal. I know, man. Like I say, there's no perfect strategy out there, and that's why we really have to keep risk in mind, right? And like I say, I built in a bigger risk buffer than I had previously, and so that showed to us, you know what? Keep the risk in check. Follow the 10. Follow the half ATR, and if it's going to work, as you've seen, Sebastian, it works right away. And if it doesn't work, it also doesn't work right away, and we can get out, move on, have smaller losses. Brian, good to see you. All right, so that's it for today, right? J&J looks fine. The market still has its sell signal in outlier. I don't know when or if it's ever going to turn around, but we are out of that trade and just waiting for some new to set up. Now, just to give you an update real quick, going through the whole strategy, looking through for new trades, I found 2 earlier today. One was Verizon and one was XLP. Yeah, XLP. Both of these had negative back tests. And so there's no point in even wasting your time looking at those. So no new trades to put on today. That's going to be it. So let's move into our final thoughts. So one of my favorite trades, or what, not trades, one of my favorite accounts to follow, Money Trade Edge. Lack of patience kills 90% of traders. We've all been there. Lack of patience kills 90% of all traders. You know, and all reality, the patience is just waiting for the entry signal, waiting for the exit signal. And in the meantime, don't do anything. So here's a perfect example of this today. We waited for our entry signal in J&J. We got in. Now we're waiting for that exit signal, be it either the profit target that we're looking to hit using the outlier data, right? Moving from the sell into the buy area, right? Whether it's that profit target, we're just sitting and waiting, or we're waiting for the 10 EMA to cross or the half ATR to cross. Just sitting and waiting patiently. You've got to stop focusing on the short term, right? Don't sit there with your monitor pulled up all day looking at every little price movement, because it's going to drive you crazy, and it really doesn't matter, especially if you're trading only at the end of the day. Start focusing on the long term, right? In fact, just so you guys know, I was just making a little bit of a plan for myself. My kids and I were watching the Imagineering show on Disney Plus, talking about how they built the Disney parks and things like that. And my sons were like, Dad, we really need to go to Disney World. We haven't been in a while. I think it's been like 3 years, right? But that's half of their lives, it seems like. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to challenge myself to make enough money to pay for a little Disney trip right there and have no regrets about it. So that's my longer term goal for this year. Grow the account, but in the meantime, take a little bit out and pay for a pretty sweet vacation for them. That's my long-term goal. Can I short-term goal make that tomorrow? Maybe. But the amount of risk I'd have to take to do that, not comfortable with doing. And next, stop thinking about missed opportunities, right? You're not going to catch every trade, right? Perfect example of missed opportunities, right? Take a look at the outlier list today. There's tons of buy signals. There's tons of sell signals once they finish loading. And it just goes back day after day after day, right? Every one of those is potentially the best trade you've ever had. And you can't think about the missed opportunities. You have to think about the next opportunities, right? What sets up today? What am I looking at right now that I can make some money on, make a calculated guess, make a small amount of risk with a potential large amount of reward? What is that right now? That's my next opportunity. In the meantime, never give up. Great things take time, and you've got to be patient. These are the skills that you're going to need to be successful. There's no question about it. You have to have the patience, the skill of patience, in order to be a successful trader. It's not like the fake gurus would show you, where it's everybody drinking champagne, driving their Lamborghinis with their Rolls Royces, or with their, not Rolls Royce, their Rolexes. That's not reality here. This is boring. This is slow. This is not sexy. But it's taking calculated risks and then executing a plan day after day with consistency and discipline. So thank you all so much for coming to today's 10-minute trading room. Like I say, J&J looks good, and we're just waiting for new opportunities to come our way. Have a fantastic afternoon, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Talk soon. Hey, don't forget to grab your free Secret Investing book over at secretinvestingbook.com while it's still available.